Ladies and gentlemen, earlier today, 8 hostages were released. They were handed over to the International Committee of the Red Cross ahead of being returned to Israel amid chaotic scenes surrounded by Hamas members, fighters, and onlookers. And the second part of that sentence is what we are going to focus on today. It was an absolute disgrace to the state of Israel that their hostages were spit on, completely surrounded by a mob of Hamas terrorists. Check out this video of Arbel Yahud being basically surrounded by a mob as she's being handed over to the Red Cross. I want you to notice something here. Who are they protecting her from? They're not protecting her from the other Hamas fighters. Actually, they seem to be protecting her from the other Gazans. So this idea that Gaza is a peaceful civilization, well, then why do they have to protect an Israeli hostage from their hands? One other thing. They don't seem to be genocided upon. They seem to be, holding all phones, taking out their cameras, filming. That doesn't seem like they're, just survived a genocide, that they're having fun with the Israeli hostage, trying to humiliate her. All right, so that's enough of that. Here's another angle of that video. You can see just a tiny dot, Arbel Yahud, in the midst of a massive amount of Gazans and terrorists there. Pretty terrifying for Arbel Yahud to have experienced that. The 3 hostages that were released, at least Israeli hostages, were Agam Berger, she's 20 years old, Arbel Yahud, and 80-year-old Gadi Moses were freed in today's hostage release, as well as 5 Thai nationals were also released. And their names are Thena Punsak, Sathian Suwankam, Sriyan Wachara, Siatho Banawat, and Rumano Sarasek. So this is a video again of Agam Berger being led out by Hamas terrorists, and it seems that it was less of a spectacle, although they do have a guy filming her. And watch what happens. He's gonna tell her, wave. You have to wave for the camera so that the Westerners can pretend like we're treating you well. Absolutely sickening. It's a production. The way that they keep on releasing these hostages is, abhorrent, and they should be punished for such actions. All right, so here's another video of the older man, Gadi Taub, being released. Again, a very crushing scene. It's said that he might have fainted moments after this. Check it out. Bear in mind, this is an 80-year-old man being led by Hamas savages, and just one of the most shocking scenes, and you wow, just wow. And Netanyahu took note. After seeing these videos, he decided to pause the release of the 110 Palestinian prisoners and detainees, calling the handovers horrific. He later okayed them, saying he had received assurances about future exchanges. So Hamas promised him that they wouldn't do this again, which is obviously complete BS. Here are the 5 Thai nationals being released. I don't know how I guess they were, in Israel working probably, and were taken on October 7th. Check it out. Just a massive crowd of Gazans in the background celebrating this. Pretty nuts, pretty crazy. One other thing that I wanted to show you, which is not getting a lot of coverage, is the prisoners that are being released, or the so-called hostages, the Palestinian hostages. This is what a Palestinian quote-unquote hostage said right after his release. He has a message for both Netanyahu and for Donald J. Trump.
إذا كنت بتفكر يا نتنياهو بدك تعمل نصر مطلق فنحن الشعب الفلسطيني والأمة الإسلامية عندها ثقة مطلقة بالله سبحانه وتعالى.
He says, if you are thinking that Netanyahu has achieved a total victory, then we, the Palestinians, have total trust in God Almighty.
ويا ترامب إذا توعدت غزة بجهنم فاعلم أن جهنم جاءت إليك في عقر دارك.
And to Trump, if you threaten Gaza with hell, hell will appear in your own home.
واعلم أن من يعادي الله سيقسمه الله من نصفين وهذا أول انتصار يا نتنياهو ويا ترامب يا من تدعون بالقوة الكبيرة فإن القوة لله جميعا ولا ينال منا إلا صبرا وثباتا وجهادا إلى يوم الدين.
So Netanyahu and Trump, you think you have power, but all power comes from God, and we will be patient and we will remain steadfast until the day of judgment. And that means the sort of redemption of when all the Muslims are rewarded and all the non-believers are punished. Okay, so along with that, there were the videos of the hostages coming back and being freed back onto Israeli territory and with their families. Check out this video of Agam Berger being reunited with her parents.
אנחנו פה ולא עוזבים אותך לעולם, לנצח. הבטחה של אימא, הבטחה של אימא.
Wow, just very, very, almost feels like it's worth it after watching those videos, as well as these pictures of the actual former hostages recently released in the last hostage exchange, all uniting to watch Agam Berger be freed. Again, they all said that Agam Berger really helped them in captivity. She was the one that supposedly braided their hair when they were being taken out. Another very interesting thing that happened was a Palestinian admitted to basically holding the hostages in her home. I'm not going to play the whole video, but here's a picture of her basically saying, I was the one that held these hostages, in the home, and we did with them as we pleased, and nobody bothered us, whatever. In other news, Donald J. Trump was recently speaking, and he exposed the fact that the U.S. was about to send this to Gaza. Check it out.
In that process, we identified and stopped $50 million being sent to Gaza to buy condoms for Hamas. 50 million. And you know what's happened to them? They've used them as a method of making bombs. How about that?
Wow, just speechless. I'm speechless after that. And I think the world should be speechless. The idea that America is sending condoms to Gaza. I already covered this with Caroline Levitt saying that, but Donald J. Trump, hearing him say that is just, wow. What a freaking weird world we live in, where terrorists are given condoms, in Gaza. again, the hostage sort of release and the idea that Hamas shouldn't be punished for doing this, and it's not considered a breach of the ceasefire. The way that they're handing over these people is insane. I think that Israel should step up, and I think that they should really enact real punishment for this. All right, so Hamas continues to disregard the terms of the ceasefire deal by basically treating the hostages like human cattle, and nobody is saying anything. Netanyahu pretends like, yeah, they gave me assurances, but Israel is basically sitting back and watching this unfold. Disgusting, disgraceful, and just absolutely an embarrassment to the Jewish state. A total of 15 hostages have now been set free since the ceasefire hostage deal went into effect on January 19th. A total of 33 Israeli hostages are expected to be released over several weeks in the first phase of the deal. So we are still in the first phase of this terrible deal, and we'll see if it breaks down as more of these Hamas members are disregarding, basic terms of the deal. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos and news updates, you can actually go to buymeacoffee.com/Jewish Uncensored. That's probably one of the best ways to support us. If you want to do it just on YouTube, you can check us out also on channel memberships, as well as leaving a super thanks in the comments. Like, share, subscribe to make this video go viral. And I would say, continue to echo these beliefs on social media. Thank you, and have a good one.